welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Life, Love, and Training with Cammie Leal. Welcome, everybody. Yes.
Yeah.
Today, we have a special guest, Miss Heather.
Hello. So I am a medical sales rep. So I go into all the hospitals and I pretty much shoot the shit with the doctors and the nurses and bring my product in, tell them how to use it. I'm in the ORs. I'm bedside with patients. And it's a lot of fun. And I have 2 states I cover. I cover Oregon and Washington. And thankfully I don't travel too much. And I'm flexible with my schedule. So
around like how long is a work day?
It varies. I can work as little as like a 4-hour day and then be able to do like client stuff, or I can work as much as a 12 to 14-hour day, depending on if I'm in servicing and doing all. Ew. I know. So that's like one thing when we talk about like life balance and how do I prep and how I do that. Time management is like a huge component.
I have that as a note.
Yes.
So 2 people said it,
Yeah.
Shit is real.
Shit is real. So yeah, it's a big deal. Like, it doesn't matter how many hours I work in a day. You know how it goes. And for 15 years, but I took like a 6-year break. And like, so really the last 4 years is when I really kicked it up. So like around the same time that you and Mike really.
Me, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much you. So that's why we're twins. And so
exactly. And we have the hair.
Yeah, and we have the hair. It's just all over the place. Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
We
so
should really, yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say.
I don't want to cut you off. What's up?
No, I was just going to say, you have got to tell people how I found you, and like totally put it out there. Like I told myself that you're going to be my friend. And
yes, it was awesome. So I was on Instagram, and I see somebody tag me in something. And oh my God, it's like this huge pineapple, these ginormous quads. And I was like, and these delts. And we were standing the same exact fucking way.
So I was a personal trainer before I got into medical sales. And so I did that for like 6 years. It was a really good job through college, post-college. And
let people know how old you are.
35.
Tell them. Get it, girl.
35. I'm 35. I feel 22. And I'm never going to age. That is like, I'm putting that out there right now. This face is not going to move.
We already talked about it. I don't want to be able to blink.
I don't care if I don't care if this is permanent, if this is all it is.
I tell people I want to look like this all the time.
The Kardashians, like if we ugly cry and all you're going to get is, that's all.
That's it.
Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, I'm totally proud as far as age-wise goes. And then training, I used to take clients on, competitors, took a break completely because I got burned out and it wasn't the right time frame. But I'm 5-time national certified nutritionist, double major in psych and biology. So I've done my education, done that.
Like I learned a little bit.
I learned some stuff, read some books. And then as far as coaching now, it's great because I have the life balance needed to be able, because I'm really involved, like you and Mike are, with your clients. We kind of almost obsess over them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
stalkerish.
I'm like a mom. Like I get really mama bear with everyone. So it's good now. It's good.
Good. Okay. So kind of caveating. I love that word. I've been saying a lot lately,
Yes.
Some most common questions you get as a coach or just on Instagram. Let people know what's your Instagram name. What's your Instagram name?
Okay. Phoenix_Fire Munson. Because the hair, I am literally Phoenix. So most common questions.
We'll talk about, like we discussed it before, right? Balancing life and competing.
It's a huge one.
Like relationships, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So are you married?
Technically I'm engaged. We say husband and wife, but technically we're engaged. But
exactly. How long? How long have y'all been together? Awesome.
4 years. So it's literally like another thing. We're like twins with you and Mike. It's weird, creepy. Like you're like my what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit animal.
Yeah.
Like you're my spirit animal. So anyways, yeah, 4 years. But that's a big thing about life balance. I really, really firmly believe, and I know that you and Mike have touched on this before, your partner, whoever that happens to be, has to be like a ride or die, helmet wearing, like just going for it type person with you, whether they're competing with you or they just fully support you in the background. And otherwise it doesn't work. That's like
I like this one because it's the only thing we're like really different. Because you and Jesse will not prep at the same time.
No.
But
No
me and
longer.
Mike have to.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to know why? Okay. Big thing.
Tell us.
So it takes me like 51 weeks out of the year to get shredded. Okay. And so Josh has his hands full. But with Jesse, it is like a baby amount of time. Like he can get shredded. But he needs me. Like I'm like, I gotta go pee right now. Gotta go. He's like, here, need you. So like he's more like he just needs my entire focus, which is totally fine. I'm really good with that because when I'm getting ready for a show, I have so much cardio and I do all the food prepping, all of that.
Preach.
So yes, and so I can't give him like I don't know what you want to call it. It's literally like one-on-one all the time, trying to make sure I'm right there. So
yeah, just the support, the system, the support system.
Yes, and so we've made the committee choice or whatever you want to call it to stagger our preps because then that way he feels good. He can start eating and consuming large amounts of food, and then that way he can help me where I need him. So
see, I love it. So y'all prep separate, we prep together. Yeah. I just can't be having him not on prep while I'm on prep. No. All right, let's move on. Diet struggles. The struggle. So people have this notion that bodybuilders don't crave shit. We don't like bad shit. We don't struggle. And that's bullshit.
It was such bullshit. Okay, so I'm going to use some examples, and we'll use Miami as the perfect one. So, women, especially, we have what's called estrogen and progesterone, okay? Both of which these hormones, yes, they do not work in our favor, okay? So, I do not care. We always have to push. I mean, unless you're dealing with a really mesomorphic or even ectomorphic client, we really have to diet hard.
Like 0.00001% of women.
Yes, exactly. And so when I'm dealing with that, that's another thing I prepare them for, like the mental games.
It's all mental.
Yeah. Having a good relationship with food is pivotal because you're going to have the cravings. You're going to want it. And I'm going to just tell you right now, I love me some food. I love it. But, like
we gain weight so fast.
So fast.
Speaking of that, so I have a lot of clients. They want to eat like their husbands. And they think they can't eat like their husbands.
Okay.
No, they can't eat like their husbands.
No.
So that's that's the bad problem. And I have to try to tell them I can't eat like Mike. If I ate everything fucking Mike did, I would be like 300 goddamn pounds.
Right. Well, and so that's the thing is that that's another thing I kind of go back to is not even just you can't eat like your husband, you can't eat like dudes, you can't do this, you can't do that. You've got to eat solely just for you, like individualized to a T, like we've talked about.
Exactly.
There cannot be any cookie cutter. There can't be any like this then that type situations. It is completely isolated to each individual. And that's what I deal with people. It's like, whatever you think you're hearing from these gimmicky programs or these cookie cutter diets or these coaches that are extremely negligent with their clients and not giving them individualized plans, you need to throw all that idea out, because we can break it down to body type, blood type, female, male, any sort of pre-existing issues, diseases, injuries, everything. There are so many factors that are specific to that client.
Yeah.
So to that point, if I try to eat like Jesse,
Jesse's a big dude, y'all. Tell him Jesse's stats.
So Jesse, let's do off season first. Dude is 5'11" and 250.
He's a brick house.
And he is fairly lean 250 all the time.
Like still walking around with a fucking 6-pack, you guys. Like that's the shit I'm talking about.
Like he's beautiful. He's just beautiful.
I love that. He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. And then when he's in prep, you know, he's doing classic for nationals this year. And for his height, he has to get down to 205. And he's sitting right now at 220. So, and he's shredded already. Really crispy already. So we're going to have some work, you know, to do in terms of that. We might have to let go of a little bit of lean mass, which is no fun. But then we'll fill him back out. So, but yeah, he's a big
So yeah,
dude.
she cannot eat like him.
No, he gets like 2 refeeds a week. I will probably have 2 in a 6-month period.
We pray for that.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate, so I can't talk shit.
Yeah. We'll see what this prep looks like for me. I'm starting out so far. So we'll see. Okay.
I like to tell people, like clients, for the struggle, your body craves what you don't have.
Yep.
So you don't have sugar anymore. Sometimes you don't have fats. If you don't have fats in your diet, guess what? You're going to crave fat. Mike wants to literally eat a stick of butter every prep. And it's just because of that reason. But you just can't give into it. That's the whole problem. So I have a couple of tricks I like to give clients.
Oh, yeah.
So mine, if you crave sweet, PB2 Hershey sugar-free chocolate syrup and a rice cake. If you're craving something salty and crunchy, cucumbers, Tony's spicy like seasoning, and red wine vinegar. Yeah. That's my go-tos.
So, yeah, and that's the same. Like with me, the PB2 is a huge one. I use the sugar-free chocolate syrup with Jesse. We do the muscle eggs a lot and make smoothies. And you can do that with just ice, because those are really, they taste awesome, you know, in terms of flavor goes. And you can make like little Slurpee smoothies for those. I used to make a lot of like the protein muffins and stuff like that.
I could do that off season.
Yeah, but I can't do that for me. Like he can eat them, but I mean, it doesn't help any of my clients really. And then we do, like, as far as the crunchy goes, I will roast like cucumbers, like you've talked about. I'll roast them so they're crispy, or zucchini, same thing, and make little chips. So, and then season them. The popcorn kernel seasoning is a go-to. Yeah.
My friend Russ likes to use that. He swears by that shit. I'm so basic.
You can put that shit on everything.
I'm so basic. I just like that sriracha seasosoning right now, and I'm going to use it until I'm sick of it, and then I'm not going to be able to use it anymore because I always overdo shit.
Yeah, the same way. I mustard. Okay, that damn garlic mustard that we got obsessed with.
Yeah, I still have a ton of it.
Yeah, I have so much of it, and like I use it as my dressing for my salads.
Garlic aioli mustard. It's to fucking die for.
Yeah, and you know what I do? Just putting this out there. So I get so depressed when I'm out the bottom of it, and nothing will squirt out. So I add some water, shake it up. I make a vinaigrette.
You don't even understand how many bottles of that shit is in my pantry.
I need to be sponsored.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I need to be sponsored by aioli garlic mustard.
So do you have any other little tips? That's the only ones I have that are safe, like kind of safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, I'm pretty, this is what I also tell my clients too. generally what happens when you have cravings, we have to then investigate what's going on. Because a lot of times there's sort of, depletion of vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
You know, if they're craving sugars and stuff like that, a lot of time they need calcium. So I'll tell them they need to have more kale, more broccoli, things like that in their system. Sometimes
I tell them you need more vegetables.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you're like, I hate
They hate
them.
it. I fucking don't eat vegetables. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
I legit fucking refuse. The only thing I'll eat, Josh makes me eat towards the end, and he wants me to eat now, is cucumbers, because that's the only thing I can fucking tolerate.
Yeah. Well,
or raw baby spinach.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the thing is, everybody's different. Everybody needs to kind of establish what they're good with, what they're not good with, and then find their zone that they go to. What their symptom or their solutions are going to be. Like for me, we know that I'm very carb sensitive. My insulin receptors are as dull as they come. I swear they wear helmets and run into walls. My insulin receptors are dumb. And so they do not process any sort of glucose to save their life. So I'm like, hi, I'm over here with like no carbs for like 12 weeks before show. And so I have to get crappy as shit with my food.
Josh is going to change that.
I know, which I'm so thankful for, because he is like.
By the way, she's being coached by my coach, Josh.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. And I'm really excited. And hopefully everybody else on the committee will have their pro cards, and then you guys can come watch me in Miami. It'll be so fun.
Super fucking pumped. All right, next subject.
Yes.
Here we go. Staying feminine in this industry.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the big one. Yes. I feel like we're both.
Darling.
Yes. So I get this all the time. People, and I really think, and we're going to touch on gear. We're going to touch on all
we'll do that next. We'll roll right into it. Let's do it.
But, you know, obviously these kind of go hand in hand. So I'm very about girls. First of all, do you. Like, whatever is beautiful to you, do that. You know, if you want to look a certain way, I'm not going to hold you back.
Oh, yeah, we're not knocking it. We are not knocking it.
Yeah, we're saying own it, whatever route you want to go, because I'm good with it.
And fucking own that shit.
Own it and bring that diva, whatever it is you want to call it, to the stage. But when it comes to the girls that are not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Educated on what happens once they start down a path.
Like a coach telling a client that testosterone won't change their voice.
Yeah.
Like literally for verbatim, will not change your voice.
Yeah. And keeping in mind, women out there that are even, you have every right when you are asked by a coach or told by a coach, you need to do this.
Why?
You need to ask why. You need to
for gear for sure. Like I can sure as fucking shit tell you, I have never, ever pushed gear on a client. Like you can be natty till you fucking die. I don't give a shit.
I prefer it. So I was natural.
They're so much easier to cut.
Yeah, so this is the thing, and this is the way the pyramid of competing. The foundation has to be nutrition. Then you have training right with it. And then at the very top, you have gear.
Yo, guess what? Now people, that bottom of that fucking pyramid, that's what people are doing, using the top as the bottom. They think your fucking foundation starts with goddamn steroids and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, yo, can you even follow a fucking plan for 1 week? You want me to give you a gear fucking protocol, something that can change the way you look, the way you sound, the way everything. And you can't even follow a simple fucking meal plan. I think not.
That's what I get. So I will test people. So when it comes, so for instance, girls have come up to me, and this is the saddest part. They're on all this shit, and they don't even look like they're on shit.
That's because of diet, and you know it.
Yeah, they look They look soft. They look water bloated, which is hormonal. Their hormones are all fucked. And they come up to me and they're like, "Ugh." You know,
it's shocking because
Yes.
like you can see this tiny girl. Like I've had a tiny girl come up to me, and as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, because that pisses me off. Like, because no reason should she have a deep voice.
Well, and
you ain't even got the muscles to fucking go with that.
That's what I'm saying. And you already know that you saw this girl 6 months prior that was petite, didn't even touch weights really, probably was cardio, didn't know what she was doing. And then she was approached by some sort of meathead coach that is all bro science, didn't know what he was doing. And he started handing her some bullshit. And I've had some girls, and it's concerning because they will come up to me and they know that I'll be real with them. I'll tell them how it is. And they'll list off all the compounds that they're on. And they're terrified at this point because it's gone so far.
Yeah.
That they've had anatomic changes. You know, their body's totally changed. Their voice has changed. Facial hair has changed. Obviously, their structure has changed.
All right,
Sometimes
so let's give you a little background about some side effects, because that's what we're going to touch on is gear. So for women, if you overdo it, literally, you can lose your hair. You can have full body acne, of course, your face, enlarged clitoris, of course, sensitivity, hair growth where you shouldn't have it, like random fucking places.
Yeah.
Like out of your goddamn arm and shit. Like random. Like I swear to God. Like or your back. Like shit can go south. Your voice can go to fuck. I don't know if I said hair loss. What else?
Yeah. So obviously that's gonna the biggest thing we need to really acknowledge is with those symptoms and side effects, this is all underlying like your ability to be a woman anymore.
Yeah. And wait, I shit you not. I saw a fucking YouTube video and this dumb broad, we all know who she is because I can't fucking stand her, came out about using gear. And then literally in the next breath said that her voice will go back to the way it was before she started taking that shit. And I was like, you right there are a fucking idiot. You're stupid.
It's never going to...
It doesn't go back.
These are irreversible changes. And this is something, when I've had these girls come to me, and I know you've experienced the same thing, because I think they come to us thinking, okay, these girls have muscle, they've stayed feminine, blah, blah, blah. They can help fix me. And I'm looking at them going, you're on more shit than my husband.
Exactly. Okay. Speaking of gear, please, I don't know. Like I've told my protocol because people think like I take Tren, I take Test, and those are two things I don't touch. I don't touch Mastron. Like I have taken it and I tried it and it didn't work well with me. So guess what? I don't take it anymore.
Right.
But I tell my cycle, but people look at you and they're like, of course they think the same thing.
Oh, they do. Well, and so this is the thing, and I have no problem explaining it because you want to know the fun part is it's extremely lackluster. It's not anything fun. Like I feel like people are totally let down when I tell them, and I'm
they are.
yeah, and it's funny
or they don't believe you.
Well, and then I have to go through with them. I have been lifting weights since I was 15. Okay. I was a collegiate fucking softball player at Oregon at a D1 school. Okay. Where all they do is power lift you and feed you like horses, like cattle.
So you mean to tell me you created a foundation?
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Done for. So I feel like we should have told everybody to put a helmet on before this podcast right now. It's so crazy. So let me just explain too. It's like what we're talking about, having a foundation, knowing how to lift weights correctly. Okay. The whole purpose of putting on muscle, right? Is you want to be able to move weight around effectively. So with my gear, I've never done injectables. And it's really similar to you. Like I think
I do injectables though.
Well, yeah, but you know, like the time, the amounts are what we're looking at.
Well,
So,
yeah, they're super low. Like people
yeah,
take
like,
obscene amounts of fucking gear, especially a lot of
yeah,
chicks. But we've talked about this. It's because
yeah,
they're so ill-educated. Well, is
yeah,
ill-educated a word?
yeah,
Fuck, I just made it
undereducated.
one. Whatever.
It is. You're
They're
regardless.
uneducated, and they hear it from their bros. So then us as women have to try to formulate our gear protocol by a guy
Yeah,
and just do a little bit less. And
yeah,
that's the fucked up part.
yeah. Well, and
So
the thing is
Anavar.
too.
Okay, so people want to talk about gear. One
Yeah.
thing me and you do take is Anavar. At your
Okay.
max dose, how much do you take?
20 milligrams.
Exactly, me too.
Yeah.
I got some bitches out here taking 50 fucking milligrams. Like, it's
Oh,
crazy. 20.
yeah.
And then we
I know.
taper down.
Yeah. And it's
So I had a chick hit me up and wanted to talk about beginner protocols for women.
right.
And I told her, I was like, I can't really get into that because there's so many factors that play. So we'll start from bikini and work our way up. So
Okay.
bikini chicks, not a one of my bikini chick is on fucking anything.
Nope. Nope. So I laugh.
I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're doing bikini, there's absolutely no fucking reason you need to be on gear. Maybe like at the Olympia level,
Yeah.
fucking kill
Well,
it, sister. But
okay. And this is what we need to understand. Okay. If they need to be on gear as a bikini competitor, maybe they just need to take a year to grow.
yeah,
Maybe
like
they
you need to take some chill fucking time and grow because
Yeah.
it doesn't take gear to do what you do in bikini. Honestly, you should not
No.
fucking need it. You that's just my opinion. Y'all can hate me if you want. I don't give a fuck. But as a bikini competitor, I feel you can reach that on your own naturally.
The only thing I would ever say,
Maybe
and
toss
this
in
is
some
this is
fucking Anavar.
yeah, Anavar,
Like
maybe
5
an estrogen block.
milligrams, like 2.5.
Yeah, like a baby, just a little
Like
baby
a
pill.
speck.
Yeah, just a little snort.
And of course,
But
clean. I don't ever count clean or any of that bullshit. I don't count that. I'm talking about
No,
gear.
that's not anabolic.
Yeah, I'm
that's
talking
not
about fucking gear. Let's get this right. So I would
Yeah.
bikini chick the most, maybe some anti-estrogens and a dabble of fucking Anavar. Maybe.
Yeah, and I
That's a big
completely
fat
agree.
maybe.
All just like me, or just like you, all of my bikini girls are completely natural and they kill it. And you want to know, just like I told you, because for all you guys watching, I literally will call Mike and Cammie in a heated rage. Like when I get bikini girls that come up to me in the gym with their deep ass voices, scared shitless because they done been changed all up in the matter of 6 weeks because they believed or listened to a coach that told them that they needed to be on Mastron and they needed to be on Primo and they needed to be on VAR and Winnie and estrogen blockers for 16 weeks out. All of this
I don't
bullshit.
know. You're hearing it from two big bitches, man. If you're competing in bikini, there's no reason to touch any of that
No.
other shit. Like, for real.
No. Just take some time off, learn how to eat, learn how to train. I tell people, and even before I put people on anything, I need to know, like literally they almost go through a boot camp.
Oh, for sure.
Like, yeah, I need to know that they can follow direction like we talked about with nutrition. And I also need to know that they can train effectively and intensively. Like they need to be able to do those things.
Well, exactly. Like I've had clients that are close to like 32, 35% body fat and asking me about gear. And I'm like, no, let's cut your body fat down and then we can talk about it.
Right.
Like,
You can't
I'm
be a
not going to
potato.
incorporate that shit when you're like 35% fake. Like your Anavar, the most of it's fake. The Primo, most of it's fake. It's
Yep.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to figure. What would you
Okay.
say? And figure, it depends.
Yeah.
Like throw in some, it's the same thing, Anavar
Yeah.
and maybe some Primo. That's what I would
Yeah.
think, depending on
Yeah.
what you need to grow.
Yeah. Maybe some Winnie right at the end to harden them up if they need it. But that's about it. And very low doses, very conservative doses.
So I think the max dose, I have to look back. Even for Winstraw, for me, I think it's like 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm
my
riding that 20 wave.
max.
Yeah. I ride that 20 wave pretty hard with
I'll
every.
ride the fuck out of that 20
I
wave.
ride that fuck of that. So that's pretty much, and another thing too. So with figure, you get a lot of people. Let's put this out there. You get a lot of girls that get, I'm going to call it, get the high, for competing. And then everybody wants more. Everybody wants bigger delts. Everybody wants, bigger sweep. Everybody wants everything bigger and better and blah, blah, blah.
Well, exactly. And another thing to touch on that, I will not write a gear protocol for somebody under 25.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yes.
That's my rule. And some people don't like it. You can eat a fucking dick. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But 25, like that's when that's when you've done all you can do. And now let the gear fucking help.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and just to your point, so many people, I'm sorry, we're kind of dumb fucks until we get to that age. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're kind of making,
you're like more responsible.
Yeah. And also it gives you the time, just like you're saying, grow naturally, understand how to fucking train, because most people don't.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me. Because you do even get, I know you see them too, you get these posers that all they do is they show up in the gym in their cute little outfit and they pose and take their selfies like they're working out. They do a couple sets and they leave.
Should I do that? No.
You're like, here it is. Yeah.
Selfie days.
So, I don't know. I'm very passionate about this topic because I see too much of it. All right,
let's go on to mine. Not yours.
Yours and then mine.
Well, yeah, you competed in women's physique too. She was like, she was like the biggest one on stage.
Dude, I was so beefy. So beefy.
She competed in women's physique and then in bodybuilding one show, and she sent me the pictures and I about died laughing. She was like 2 times the size of those bitches. So I hit it like, primo, I hit it every 2 to 3 days. I hit 50 milligrams. And then my Anavar is like 20 or 10, depending how I look or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's my off season. Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
Boom.
It's super simple.
And you organically grow too.
Oh yeah.
Like you naturally, your sweep, your fucking back. Can we say how I've named your lat muscles?
I just have back titties.
Yeah, the sexy, flexy, and Brutus.
Yeah,
like
my two
because
lats.
They're so. Yeah, they're so. They just. You can freaking hide baby immigrants in your lats.
Okay, and like, let's go show. Like everything starts changing in around like 10 weeks. 10 weeks, we usually start adding clean, maybe. Yeah. 8 to 6, we start adding like the anti-estrogens. Yeah. Or maybe even now. It just depends.
Winnie is around.
Winstraw is like 8 to 6. Yeah. Proviron is 6.
Yeah.
And I take all minimum doses. So Proviron, I think I'm taking like 20 or 25. Arimidex, maybe like 0.5 to 1. Mm-hmm. Like everything's super fucking low dose. Winnie's like max of 20.
Yeah. Do you take T3 at all? I've never taken T3.
So I do. I take T3, and we started that. It's 12.5.
Yeah, and so that's
it's
something.
Such a small amount.
And tell everybody why you have to be so careful with.
So you can
T3.
literally fuck your thyroid royally. Like I did it. So my old coach had me like on 200.
Fuck.
2 motherfucking 100.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I was on 200 of Clen and 200 of T3. Like I had nothing left. Like my body was fucked.
Yeah.
And I didn't know no better. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm shredded.
And
I paid the price.
You were probably told to take it with Clen. You were probably told that it's just another fat burner. Yep. And so this is what I'm seeing a lot of is that T3.
I don't give T3 to any of my clients.
Yeah.
Like I think I gave it to like one One of my
Yeah.
clients, literally fucking one out of all of them.
And you see it everywhere.
I fucking hate T3. And yes, I do take it, but like I said, I monitor it now.
Careful.
And I literally take 12.5. Fucking nothing.
And
it's like a drop.
And that's what people don't see is that when you do utilize something like that, you have to taper it up, taper it back down, making sure that you're very careful.
And you're correct. And I tapered off of that shit after my show.
Yeah. So that your natural thyroid can rejuvenate and come back to life and all that fun stuff.
I got that shit from John Meadows.
Oh, yes. Yes. He
fucking love that dude, man.
Dude, he's fucking amazing.
Fucking love John Meadows.
I could seriously watch his shit all the time.
Me too.
Like, yeah, shout out to John Meadows, fucking pimp. I love him.
Now we move on to bodybuilding. But see, her bodybuilding and usually other people's bodybuilding are completely different. So it's like, I know bodybuilder women that take Testrin. Oh, I forgot T-ball. I take T-ball. That's some good shit too.
Yeah.
But minimum dose, 10.
Yeah. And that's something, because I know Josh had mentioned that, and so we'll see. We'll see what will come with that. So in terms of women's bodybuilding, and we have to understand kind of the history too, like what's happened. Like the whole division of women's physique really came back because we lost sight of that femininity in women's bodybuilding. And so just like Cammie said, I went to women's physique and was doing dual entries and things like that to try to find my home, because my body naturally, I am just a beefy girl. Like my quads measure at about 29 to 30 and my waist is about 27. And then
it's the most gorgeous sight you've ever seen. I'm just saying.
But and then I'm like 5'2" and a half.
It's a nugget.
You've got me by like maybe a half inch or something like that. So anyways, with that, I think because I've taken so long to get where I'm at right now, my physique naturally has been able to sustain what it's needed to, and I've been able to grow organically. Whereas these other women, I mean, if you look at and I love them, they're beautiful and amazing and everything, and they'll be the first to tell you, they wanted that. They wanted to go that path, which more power to them.
That's why we love them, because they own it.
Yeah, because they're there.
So for people that talk shit about them, it's like, fuck you guys. They wanted to do this.
This is their dream.
This wasn't a fucking oopsie. This was like hardcore, I'm going to be a motherfucking bodybuilder, bitch.
And they fucking have gotten there and fucking done damage. Like they've gotten like seriously amazing bodies.
Yeah.
And but some of them, and they'll be so honest about it, it's changed them. It's changed their look and everything. Some of them love it, and some of them, maybe it's not what they're necessarily going for, but they still own it. So I think with me, I'm entirely different. I set the stage. I set the tone with the coaches I've worked with. Thankfully, Josh, he loves keeping girls. He
absolutely fucking does. Like Josh, he is all about keeping your feminine features.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And you will win shows if you find the balance, which is truly.
There is a balance.
Yeah, truly dieting hard. Let's all suck it the fuck up and know that if you're in this sport, you're gonna struggle. Like eating, it's not gonna be sunshine and rainbows, and you got to own that. And then you've got to train hard. So, and I love that he is all about those two components. Like he's like, you will train hard, you will train your ass off, and you're going to be in some pain sometimes. Okay. If you're good with that, we're good relationship. And then on the very top, we'll throw in a little bit just to enhance what you already have. But the girls, and I think that you could probably attest to this in Miami, some of these girls were huge. I mean,
I competed against some big bitches, man. Like they're big. And I thought I was big until I stood next to them and I was like, I'm not so big. Yeah. Okay. But I looked at them and I was like, I love you guys.
You're so cool.
Y'all are so fucking pretty. Because it
you
is
just
the coolest shit to see backstage.
Well, you honestly, oh my God, I felt like a baby back there. But, you know.
Bees Buns, the chick that won overall, fucking love her, man. I got to compete right next to her. Like, looking next to her, like, right next to her, I was like, God, you're fucking, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you is pretty. Like,
well, I when I first saw you, I felt the same way. I was like, you so pretty. Damn.
I
wow.
bet you is pretty.
You want to touch everything. You look so nice. But you know, the truth of it, Christina Mendoza.
Yeah.
She was one of the girls. And I talk to her all the time. She is the sweetest chick. And I was seriously like fangirling backstage with her. Like, I was like, girl, oh. But that's just it. She's another one I give total props to because she is a firm believer. She has taken her time. She has amazing genetics.
She looks really pretty.
Yeah, she has amazing genetics. She's gorgeous. And she's just taken her time and busted her ass to build what she needed to build. And I think that's honestly the direction women's bodybuilding is now going. And I hope I can be a good representation. But I think that's the reason the gear thing, the girls that are doing well have tapered back down.
Yeah, like, I went hardcore for a minute because my first coach, man, like, I was hitting 100 milligrams of Primo like every other fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, the same person that gave me, like, all that T3 and Clin. Like, I was fucking yoked. Yeah. But my insides were so fucked. And that's what people don't understand. Like, yeah, my outsides look cool, but my fucking insides were, like, demolished.
Yeah. Well, and so that's another thing with gear that people need to understand now that we're talking about it is it does not just it affects all of your systems.
Everything. It affects
your emotional response to everything. Like, some people, depending on whatever compounds, they'll get really moody. They'll get really emotional. Their body just hurts, like, because it dries them out so much.
If you just hit that metabolic damage like I did, like, it was retarded. I'm telling you. That's why, like, I'm such a firm believer of telling these women and educating because I actually went through it and it was not fucking fun, yo. It was it was a roller coaster. I got fat. I had to take off the gym. Like, I had to do everything that I didn't want to do to get better.
Right. Right.
If that makes sense. So I had to eat more. I had to get fat, honestly. I had to slack off from the gym just to let my fucking body heal.
Yeah.
And I got fat as fuck. And it happens. It came with the territory. So just know, like, if you're going through metabolic damage, like, there is a light at the end of, like, the end of the tunnel. Like, it's there. Yeah. Like, they have one. You just have to do shit you don't want to.
and find somebody that can help you.
Exactly.
Like, find somebody you trust that is educated, that is real, that is not going to bullshit, and will help you recover.
And your body, it's not a beautiful thing. Like, you're not going to just, like, come to this coach and lose weight. Like, it's going to be a nasty fucking roller coaster.
It's like recovering from an injury.
Yeah.
Like, your body is injured. So your body is going to rebound. It's going to bloat. It's going to be pissed off for a really long time. And then finally it'll regulate.
It took 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was fast.
Yeah. I've seen people go through years. And some people never return to bodybuilding because they have or competing because they have such a bad experience with it.
Yo, mine was fucking fast. I'm fortunate.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of fast with everything. Like, your body responds really well.
Thank God.
Now it does, now that everything you're working with.
Dude, now that I'm healthy, now that I see what happens when I'm actually healthy, I'm like, what? Yeah. I get cheeseburgers.
Well, and also, and think about it this way. Like, for those of you that are using compounds, thinking about using compounds, have used compounds, whatever it happens to be, consider this too, that if you throw in all this stuff and you're in prep and shit ain't going your way, it's not working, you have so many different variables at play. You don't know what to fix. You don't know what to rein back. You don't know how to compensate. if you are simple and you have a plan, so you implement variable by variable, then you know how to gauge it. You know how to work with it, take it in, take it out, whatever it happens to be. That's why people freak out. Their bodies freak out as they throw all of this shit at the dartboard.
Well, speaking of that, like I had another chick hit me up and she was like, so I want to start taking Anavar. And she's in prep. And I'm like, why would you add some random fucking compound when you're cutting for a show that you have a timeline for?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you get bad Anavar and it winds up being like D-ball, you're like, you done fucked up 3 or 4 weeks until you realize what the fuck exactly is going on. If you even realize it.
Yeah. Most of them don't.
So that's why if you want to take Anavar, to me, you should do that shit off season. Experiment with it off season.
Exactly.
Don't wait till your fucking showtime to do it.
You should never, especially if you are trying to go at something yourself. Another pet peeve. If you are working with somebody, you must work with that one person. You must not listen to Joe Schmo down the street and bro science Bill and fucking Sarah because she competed 17 years ago, whatever. You need to listen to one person because
you don't even understand how bad that gets under my fucking skin. When I hear a client, I give them a plan, right?
Yeah.
And then they come back and they were like, well, so-and-so at the gym said this. And I'm like, yo, if you have a question, ask me. But don't question me because of a question of a dumbass that fucking had an opinion about something. If you yourself have a question and opinion about something, I'll be happy to fucking answer it. But don't be asking questions for other fucking people.
Yeah. Well, and so this is the thing. It's like, okay, so if you want to listen to this person, then
let them coach you.
Yeah, let them coach you. Then I will officially accept this as we are no longer working together.
Exactly, I'm out. Absolutely. Like that. Yeah. That is literally like I give people one chance. Like when that happens, second chance, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be your coach anymore. Like I'll ride out what we have until like your time is up, but I will not be renewing with you because I don't have time for that bullshit. Like if you have a question. Hit me with a question, but I ain't got time for other people's shit.
No. Well, and they're fucking themselves up. Now we all know we play head games. We all know that we want the next magic thing to happen. We want to believe that
somebody has the holy fucking grail, which nobody does. There's a million ways to skin a fucking cat. And the same way goes for prep. There's a million ways to tackle it. And every one of them could very well be right. But you have to pick one.
Yeah. And you have to follow that plan. You have to execute it.
Yes.
How many times we've even seen it in your prep diaries. How many times you're like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. But this is what's happening now because my body is doing this
exactly.
now.
And I'm trying to be honest with people because people think you're in prep. It's a steady decline of fucking weight. It's a steady loss. No. And no, it's not. It's an up and a down and all a fucking round.
Let's talk about water retention with women on a daily because we both talk about this with our clients. Weigh yourself 1 time a week. That's unless you were asked to weigh yourself more. Okay.
Dude, I got clients that will weigh themselves at night. Hit me up. And then say, oh my God, why am I like 4 pounds heavier? And I'm like, yo, think about that for a second. Just take a minute.
Yeah.
You drank like close to a gallon of fucking water so far. And you done had like 4 or 5 meals.
Yeah.
You're going to weigh more.
Yeah, you haven't pooped yet. So we're looking at you probably holding about 3 to 5 pounds. Right?
It blows my mind. So yeah, that's my other pet peeve, the fucking scale.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about you and I in terms of that. You have had really, really been successful with your weight loss, this prep. It's been really, really awesome.
For once.
And I think that's attributed to the fact that Josh has totally dialed you in. You guys have found a really, really efficient, effective path to follow. But in the past, like, because I'm the same way, I will start prep, because right now I'm like 181. I will start prep right around that. I will step on stage at 166.
Yeah.
It's not a drastic, but my body recomps like crazy. The look variance, the change is crazy. And so, and it's been the same for you. You don't have to drop a ton of weight. Your body will transform.
Shit, I already dropped like 20 pounds. I was fat.
Yeah, but this has been awesome for you.
Yo, I was so big in the beginning. It's okay though. It's okay though. I came back. I owned it. I don't give a fuck. I owned it.
But the thing is, it's also, let's talk about how important it is to actually have off seasons and let your body reset.
Off seasons are great, and people, they get the itch. And okay, let's fucking hit on this, yo. Okay, so you compete in a bullshit NPC show. Bullshit. Right. Okay, you got nationally qualified. Awesome. Now you look bomb as fuck. Say you look bomb as fuck. Guess what? It's time for nationals. Stop competing in NPC shows over and over and over, and then expecting your body to change when you don't take a fucking off season to grow.
So I had to take a big deep breath on that one, because this is a very near and dear to my heart. Because I know, and I've had my friends, and let me just say this really quick. I'm very different. Okay. Organically, my body will grow 25 grams of carbs. It's just stupid that way. But I'm still not going to compete multiple times in a year. No. And I've been known to take a year, 2 years off. Completely.
Bro, I like to take 6 months in between. Like minimum. Like that's I only competed twice last year for the simple reason I had to requalify.
Exactly.
Fuck that shit. No way. And people want to compete back to back to back to back. And the problem is, like, you're fucking your body up. Your body has no need to grow and fix to come better next time.
Right. Well, and the thing is, too, it's like you should really be focused on peaking successfully for that one show. It's very challenging to peak multiple times, to water load, deplete, mess around with electrolytes. Your adrenal glands, everything needs to chill the fuck out for a while, and that's why I tell people, especially if they aspire to be in a bigger, more muscular division, and they're sitting there saying, because they see, Jane down the street that was a bikini girl, and then a year later she was women's physique, but she's, juiced up on all this shit. No, if you want to do it, I'm going to show you how to do it correctly. And that's going to take time.
All right, we'll touch on one more thing. I came in 4th.
Out of 4.
Yeah, dead last, right? I've done that too. So these people don't understand. Like, they're coming in and they have good intentions. They do. They're like, oh, I just want to be the best I can. Then it goes from that to like, I want fucking first place. Well, fuck me too. Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
all of us.
Everybody that competes fucking wants first place. Like, I don't want you to be sad if you don't get it. Like, you need to change. To me, like, competitors, the new ones, they need to change their mentality. Instead of focusing on a base show, your first fucking one, and improving from there, they want to come out guns a fucking blazing, which is cool, but, like, don't be disappointed if you don't get first place. It's your first fucking show.
Can we also talk about the fact that I think it is more beneficial for somebody to remain humble in this industry and appreciate the process, appreciate the
progress,
lifestyle, the progress. Okay, because let's be real. Oops, can you still see me?
Yeah.
Hear me? Okay. So when it comes to this, there was a competitor, 20 years old. He just did his first NPC show. He just competed in a national show and now is a pro. So in the matter of one season, he became a pro.
Yeah.
Do you really think that's going to be as powerful as going through this journey and the ups and downs and the process of like building and progressing and everything?
He might once he hits that pro show and gets dominated.
So he will, because now he's at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, because you're once you become a pro, you're already back at the bottom of the barrel, trying to scrape your way back up again.
And you better love it, and you better
every fucking second.
Yeah, you better love it, because I fully am humbled every single time I'm around these beautiful women that have worked their ass off, and I'm like, I am fucking cool as fuck to be standing next to them and posing with them. Holy shit. So, yeah. But that's just
Dude, I get so excited to talk to like some of the people on Instagram. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. Let me just take a minute. Let me put my diaper on. So
I know. I almost peed a little.
Yeah. A little bit. But that's just it. It's like, I feel like people need to just humble themselves a little bit. So when they come to me and say, I want to win first, I'm like, that's cool. That's cool.
Let's work on being the best you have ever been in your life. Let's work on that first.
Yeah. Let's bring something you can be proud of.
Exactly.
Like first and foremost. And then from there, we just keep going. That's what it's all about. So that's my take on it. I get really irritated when people can't see the big picture.
Oh, I do too. I try to show big pictures all the fucking time, and I'm not the best with words, but I really fucking try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just humbling. I mean, look at my fucking husband. Like, hello. I'm like standing there going, he's like, I just don't feel shredded enough. And I'm like sitting there looking at him like, I feel like I should probably consider my life right now, because I can't even get close to that. I should probably reconsider what I'm doing with myself.
I love it.
And I'm like, you're putting, yeah.
Well,
so, yeah. I mean,
you have anything else you want to add? Because we're going to wrap it up. We've been yapping for like over an hour.
Yeah, I know. We do that. So my thing is just, for those of you watching, like, seriously, own your shit. Do something you love. And if you have questions about shit, go to people that know their shit. Like, that's what it comes down to. Do not try to guess, and do not listen to the bro science dude down the street, whatever it happens to be. So
we'll call it chick science now.
We'll call it chick science, and we got like PowerPoints and shit.
That's how we rolling with this. We're going to come with diagrams. Fucking diagrams.
Exactly. I got diagrams, picture pop-up books, everything.
I love it. Thank you so much, Heather, for being on Life, Love, and Training.